Welcome back to Learn About Nature. I'm Sergeant A. This week we are going to go over the Red Wing Blackbird. We have a lot of them around here. See them all the time and the unmistakable sound they make, or song if you want to call it that. I'll play a short video, listen to them, and then I'll read some facts about them. Here we go. Music of nature. You hear that all the time around here. Conclave. That don't sound like conclave to me. Good looking bird. So he's on the marshes right now in that picture. I don't know what that bird was. That'd be a nice shot for the cover, for the thumbnail. Not a whole lot to say about him. Good looking bird, that's all I know. Yeah, I'll go ahead and make sure we stop that and also play the next video. Alright, so now for the information on the Red Wing Blackbird, I went to the Audubon.org website. So, in conservation, they're very abundant. They're not endangered whatsoever. It says they breed in marshes, brushy swamps, hay fields, forages also on cultivated land along the edges of the water. That's why I see them all the time in the marsh. And we're not too far from the water here. Breeds most commonly in the freshwater marsh, but also in wooded or brushy swamps, rank weedy fields, hay fields, and upper edges of the salt marsh. Often forages in other open habitats such as fields and mudflats. And outside the breeding season, they gather in farm fields, pastures, and feedlots. So they seem to sing their nasal songs in every marsh and wet field from coast to coast. Like I say, every time we go to the marshy area, we hear them. And they're defensive, so they'll actually attack a larger bird, such as a hawk or crow, that comes in their nesting area. The red shoulder patch of the male is hidden under the body feathers much of the time, and they're brilliantly displayed when he's singing. Outside the nesting season, the redwings sometimes roost in huge concentrations. So for feeding, they forage mostly while walking on the ground. Also, sometimes up in shrubs and trees. Outside breeding season, they usually forage in flocks, often associated with blackbirds and starlings. A lot of times, you'll see them congregated on a field, on the ground. You'll be walking in, big flock by them. Now, eggs usually have 3 to 4, so rarely 2 to 6. They're pale blue-green with markings of black, brown, purple, concentrated at the larger end. And incubation is done by the female only. The male does not help out. And it's 10 to 12 days. Now, both parents feed the nestlings. The female does more in that area. The young will leave their nest in 11 to 14 days after hatching. Okay, now it says both parents will feed the nestlings. The youngs leave 11 to 14 days after hatching. We already went over that. Now, as far as their diet, they mostly eat insects and seeds. Feed on many insects, especially in the summer, including beetles, caterpillars, grasshoppers, and others. Also spiders, millipedes, and snails. The majority of the adults' annual diet is seeds, including those of grasses, weeds, and waste grain. And they'll eat some berries and small fruits as well. Nesting. To defend its territory and attract a mate, the male perches on a high stalk with his feathers fluffed out and his tail spread. And he lifts the leading edge of his wings so that the red shoulder patches are prominent, and he sings. Also, sings in slow, fluttering flight. Now, one male often has more than one mate. Adults very aggressive in the nesting territory, attacking larger birds that approach and loudly protesting human intruders. Yeah, they'll get mad at you if you come near their nesting area. So the nests are usually placed in marsh growth, such as the cattails or bulrushes, brushes, or saplings that are close to the water or in a dense grass field. The nest is built by the female. This bulky, open cup lashed to standing vegetation made of grass, reeds, leaves, rootlets, and lined with fine grass. As you see from most of these comments that the female does most of the work in this relationship. They have a migration. Present throughout the year in many areas in the north, they migrate. Migrants appear quite early in the spring, with the males arriving before the females. And they do migrate in flocks. So let's see, let's do a male alarm whistle. Okay, let's see what this song is. That song we hear all the time. Let's see what this check song is. This is pretty neat. I'll make sure I put the link to this page underneath in the description, so you can actually play with these too. Listen to all of them, because I'll make sure I don't go too long with this. This is from the Audubon site. Alright, so we learned they're very abundant, they're not endangered at all, and if the female does most of the work, nesting, feeding, and they're the only ones that sit on the eggs. The male doesn't do anything there. Okay, so hope you learned something here. Hope you enjoyed it. If you do, like it. You can share it on Facebook or whatever, let your friends see it. Share the message with your friends, whatever. Give me a comment if you like it too. Also, we're always looking for someone to post something for me to use as a subject. Another animal, or fish, or natural phenomenon. Okay, if you haven't subscribed yet, do so. This way you'll know when the next one comes out. Usually it's on Mondays. We try for Mondays. Can't always do it, maybe. So far I've been lucky. Monday's been available. And if I do it any other day, you'll get subscriptions on other videos I do as well. So subscribe. Alright, Sergeant A signing out. Till next week.